Alright, we'll start on the bottom side today and kind of show what all goes on the underside of the turbo truck. So this is our oil drain and comes down and right into the front of the pan here. And this is drilled and tapped 1/2-inch pipe to a -10. And typically I'll come straight in right there because the truck pulley is a lot larger and it probably wouldn't fit right here. So that's how I typically do it. Oil feed, I come off of the port. You can see it. Let's see. There you go. So there's my oil feed. And the only reason that fitting's on top is because, again, I didn't have the correct 1/8-inch pipe to -4, so I had to use that. This is again the crossover he bought. It slip fit with clamps, but I mean it's gonna be welded, so I mean it's not finished welded. We're still in the mock-up stages, so you have to have everything where it's gonna be, and you know, just kind of tack. Of course, that's a lot more than a tack, but this is where I had to cut it because the angle was just so off that it wouldn't line up with the V-band up there on the turbo log. So we had to cut it here and add a pie cut and reclock everything to get that to fit. And this is our 4-inch down pipe coming down, snaking its way through there, and then right above everything a nice 4-inch, and then our muffler, and then all the way back to the tailpipe and all that there. We just did have enough, and I utilized the factory hangers here. I'll cut the tail off here, and again I just got this all in last night, and had to go to my kids' baseball game, so this is where I left off. Using the factory hanger here. Try to use as many as the factory hangers as I can, because, you know, if that's how it came from the factory, you know, we want it nice and secured under the truck. So today I'm going to start on the cold side. Yesterday I had kind of worked on clearing out our spot for the intercooler, and then I'll work on getting it mounted today, start running my piping and everything. And then so when I don't have like the fuel fittings and fuel hoses, you know, I try to work on what I can, and then, you know, have a list of what I need so I can continue working and then just make one trip to Summit, or, you know, or order parts or whatever. So that's kind of how I try to do it. So I had all the exhaust stuff, so I want to get everything done I can, and then at the end I'll look at my list of what I don't have, and then go get it and start working on that side of it. So after the cold side's on, then I guess the big thing will be finishing up the fuel system. And then, of course, we got to put the somewhere in here on the crossover, we have to put our wastegate to control the boost. So I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I'd like to put it. I'll probably put it here. Put the wastegate here, and then have it piped over and tie into our exhaust, because it's a lot quieter. Michael and I really don't like the open atmosphere wastegates because it's so loud when they open, and it's just real annoying. So what I'll do is I'll put my wastegate here and then pipe it up into my exhaust here. Probably what I'll do here is cut this. This is just tack welded, and then I'll probably put a V-band here, so then I can get the whole, hopefully the whole downpipe will squeeze through there and get it out. The only other thing under here will be the fuel pump. I gotta do the fuel pump and that whole deal. But yeah, that's pretty much everything under here. He is running the tall filter. That's what I like to run. The early filters, there's 2 threads. The early one is a PF61, and then the newer ones is a PF63. So I try to keep those in my box, and I see he's a Wix man. That's a good filter. I like Wix and the AC Delco one, so proud of him for that one. But yeah, I'm making pretty good progress on it. It's always a relief to get the exhaust down and through here. Just to get everything cleared on it, and it doesn't look too bad. It's pretty solid, like I say, when you utilize all the factory mounts and everything. So again, this is just test fit up. I'll have to drop everything and weld it up and finalize everything, but that was just the way everything was going with it as far as finishing it up. So you can see there, nice stainless 4-inch. We had just enough exhaust tubing to finish it out. I don't know, the two straight pieces, 2 tailpipe sections, and the muffler. So yeah, so that's where we're at with it. Like I say, looks like there's plenty of room. I already did test fit it, and you can see where I put the holes through the plastics there. So I'll run my intercooler piping through there, and then I flip the transcooler around, and then there was a big bracket up here for the holding the grill. So obviously all that has to go away to fit in the intercooler, but that's what I'm gonna get started on now, is fitting the intercooler, start doing my cold side piping, and then once we get some fuel to this thing, should be able to write my file for it, my initial file, to swap it to speed density, the different, I don't know what's available on it. I haven't read the file that's in it, but I'll read it, set up the file, put in his injector data, do the scaling and everything for the VE table and the map, put in the map linear and offset values, and just kind of do what needs to be done to get it running well enough to get it to Michael's. And I don't know if I'll drive it to Michael's or trailer it. I haven't decided. That's the other good thing about this camshaft, is because it's such a mild camshaft, you really don't have to do a whole lot of tuning, to keep it running and stay running. All the values are pretty much close to stock values for your idle airflow, and all your timing values are good enough to run it. So that's another good thing about these mild high torque camshafts. So again, I'm excited to see how it does. This thing's gonna be pretty wild, I think, with the all-wheel drive and that camshaft and the turbo and all. I think it's really gonna be a good setup. So I'm excited to see it. And again, I'm kind of disappointed that we won't get to see what kind of numbers it makes, just because of the all-wheel drive part. It'd be nice if it was a four-wheel drive, or we could at least put it in two-wheel drive and dyno it. But anyway, I'm gonna get started on the cold side, and then hopefully get some good progress today.